Hey there, Paul from Patterson Valley Permaculture. I'm just going to start going through getting rid of this cover crop. Had it in there for the winter season. This area, entire area here, it's about 20 meters, 18 meters by 4 is gonna have my next tunnel. You might have seen my insect tunnel in a previous video, one of the tours, but this one is going to be bigger. Purely because of the success of that tunnel and what I've been able to grow in there and be able to run the chickens in there after the crops. You know, it's a really, 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 interesting way of growing crops. I know that it's in a cover and it know can be a little bit expensive at first, but once you get the system going, it's so abundant the amount of vegetables you can produce in that area. So yeah, so I'm just going to get rid of this cover crop, and then what I'll do is I'm going to tarp it. Then I'm going to come through with the rotavator and I'm going to form some beds ready for when the actual shade house comes. Yeah, so I'm just going to get through and get this done. Just thought I'd show you the whole process. Not sure if it's going to be one video or several videos yet, but we'll see. All right, I'll get into it. Okay, so while just at the top of the whippersnipper there, I'll sort of go through, just show you some of the cover crop that's actually in here. There's some daikon radish that will break down nicely into the soil. Also got some vetch, legume nitrogen fixer, and a broad bean. So yeah, all this organic matter is going into the soil. It's as a mulch at the moment, but it will break down into that tarp. And when I go through and rotovate, it'll just start building the soil here. I have had some crops here in the past, so the soil isn't actually just straight from the paddock. But yeah, it still needs a lot of work. So I'll get into it. Okay, so that's the whippersnipping done. The area I'm actually going to do is more or less up to the gate there. I I just carried on with the whippersnipper. There's a couple of swales over there where I've got my windbreak trees growing over there. I've got some uh, acacias, some banner grass, so two types of clumping bamboo, and some silky oaks. Um, so they're all fast growing or semi fast growing trees. So they'll produce a good windbreak over a couple of years. So there we go. I'll get this tarped and that'll be it for this one. Okay, so that's the tarping done. Give it maybe a month. I mean, it's going to start getting a lot warmer now, so the solarization and the killing of that cover crop will happen a lot quicker. But yeah, that'll stay on there for probably 2 months. I'm gonna have to move it slightly just to cover a few more areas, but I've got no more tarps. They're all on the veggie beds. So we'll see how this goes. Then I can go through, rotobate, and I'm going to form in the other tunnel. I've got four raised beds. I'm probably going to move that to 3. Have the middle one wider, so I don't need an additional path down there, and I can have a wider bed, and I can reach either side anyway. I'll be changing the one in the tunnel as we go as well. But yeah, let's see how it goes.